Greetings, everybody. Dan Scott, Bible Geek here, where I want to talk about the word resurrection, found many times in the New Testament, where here in John 5:29, we see it occurs twice. According to all who are in the sepulchres, okay? All. This is an all resurrection. And the word resurrection in the Greek is from anastasis, and should always be translated resurrection, where the ana here is a preposition denoting location or motion up, where in the Helps Word Studies you see this right here, it states from ana, up, okay, preposition, and histemi, which means to stand. So a resurrection is literally an upstanding. However, here in Philippians 3:11, the word translated out resurrection in the Debar Bible translation is from ex anastasis. Not anastasis only, but ex anastasis, which ek or ex is the preposition denoting motion or location out from. So the emphasis is out here, where again, the Helps Word Studies even shows us from ek, preposition, out, and then here they say anistemi, but it's the same, anastasis. Okay, anistemi is actually a verb from histemi, to stand. So an out resurrection is different. It's an ex anastasis, uniquely found here in Philippians 3:11, which the Apostle Paul said, if somehow I may get into the out resurrection. So this is uniquely an if somehow when Paul wrote Philippians here. This is not the all resurrection of John 5:29. Here in John 5:28, when all in the sepulchres hear on the voice of the Son of the Human, and the good go out into resurrection of life, is not the out resurrection, because they're still going into, which the preposition here is eis, meaning towards life, which is Aeonian life. And then, of course, then the malicious go into it. It doesn't say out here. It says into, towards resurrection of judgment. Okay? But when we back up to verse 24, we see the context of those who will not come into the judgment, who step further. This is the out resurrection, the resurrection of precedents who do not come into judgment, where if you continue reading here, in verse 27, also so he gave him the judgment, which carries the context of these, the anastasis, which the statement, if somehow I may get into, is not the all resurrection. And why is this hidden from the understanding of most Christians? Well, it's because they didn't distinguish the difference between ex anastasis and anastasis. Remember, anastasis defines a resurrection, but the ek or ex preposition here defines the unique location out from, which is different, which they just translate resurrection, the same as anastasis, okay? Resurrection, resurrection, resurrection. Or if you click on any of these verses here, you go to the parallel, they're all just resurrection properly, okay? Because this is anastasis. However, Philippians 3:11 is the unique characteristic of if somehow concerning the out resurrection, which they have also just translated as resurrection. Resurrection, resurrection, resurrection. Not one of these translations correctly translates the Greek word ex anastasis, not even Young's, which it translates rising again of the dead, where the word again here is not even in the manuscript texts. It's not an again resurrection, it's an out resurrection. It's an if somehow resurrection, which Paul states, not that I have already taken it or here and have been accomplished, but I pursue it. So it's something to be pursued according to being accomplished in something, which is the hallowing, in order that we can also follow in the same pursuit of Paul, if somehow I may get into the out resurrection. But who even knows about the out resurrection? Because they've mishandled the word of God here, translating it the same as anastasis, when it's a unique resurrection. It's a resurrection of precedence. It's a stepped further resurrection concerning those who will have Eonian life in the resurrection, where according to the judgment authority, these will go into, out, into, towards, with the preposition eis here. It's a point that will have to be reached as going into, towards, here, eis, and towards life. So if this is life, into resurrection of life, where out resurrection has Eonian life in the resurrection, who step further out of the death into the life, where those according to the resurrection out of the died ones in the all resurrection go into resurrection of life, where there's also the into resurrection of judgment, which the all resurrection, not if somehow resurrection, but the all is the same context of what Paul said here in Acts 24:15, that there is about to be a resurrection, anastasis, of the righteous, beside also the unrighteous. Those having done the good into life, Eonian life, each according to their own order, and then those practicing the malicious, intentional evil harmfulness into resurrection of judgment. This is why it's important to verify every word in the Word of God, or simply just get the Devar Bible translation, which has corrected the tens of thousands of errors in all of these other translations. If you're interested in this free software application, no strings attached, I have a link to where I can send you the link and you can download the files, the installation files for Mac, OS X, PC, Windows, and Android phone devices. My email address is therevelationdeception@gmail.com. God bless.